Good morning, everyone. This is Mr. Jeremiah Napone. This time, let's talk about how are we going to make an effective speech. Let's get started.
Writing a speech involves more than just putting words together. It requires skillfully arranging thoughts and language to create a speech that captivates and holds the audience's attention, flows logically and is easy to follow, leaves a lasting impression, and connects with the audience on a personal and emotional level, making the message relevant and impactful. The speaker spends in speaking. A good introduction, as outlined by Wrench in 2012, is essential for an effective speech. It serves five critical functions. Firstly, capturing the audience's attention and interest, clearly stating the purpose of the speech, and establishing the speaker's credibility to build trust with the audience. Additionally, it should offer compelling reasons for the audience to listen, ensuring their engagement. Finally, the introduction previews the main ideas, giving the audience a roadmap of what to expect. By fulfilling these functions, the introduction sets the tone for a successful speech, fostering a connection between the speaker and the audience while preparing for them for the content ahead. The core part of a speech, often referred to as body, is where the main ideas and principles are thoroughly addressed. According to Flores in 2016, this section consists of the primary points that form the foundation of the speech's message. There are ways on how to develop the body. Number one, problem-solution order. It explains the problem and suggests a possible solution. Example, cleaning up Agusan Marsh. Number two, categorical or topical order. It divides the topic into subtopics based on importance or interest value or simply because the topic requires it. Example, the importance of promoting the reduce, reuse, and recycle program. We can also have the chronological order, a historical or time approach which is from the past to the present. It presents idea in time order. Example, the history of Butuan. Next we have comparison and contrast order. It presents comparison and contrast of two or 3 points. Example, comparison between living in the city and life in the province. We also have spatial or geographical order, going from one place to another, from one direction to another. Example, traveling Caraga region. We also have causal order. It involves a discussion of both cause and effect of an issue. Example, global warming, cause and effect. After writing the body of your speech following the methods of organization, the last thing that you need to work on is how to end it. The conclusion functions as a summarizer of the entire speech. A strong conclusion should effectively summarize the speech, reinforcing the key ideas and central message. Firstly, present a summary of the main points discussed to remind the audience of the essential takeaways. Next, repeat these key ideas to solidify their understanding and retention. Emphasize the central idea once more to highlight its importance. Additionally, refer back to the strategy used in the introduction to create a sense of coherence and conclusion. Finally, clearly signal the end of your speech, ensuring the audience knows it is time to reflect on the message conveyed. This structured approach ensures a memorable and impactful conclusion. Signaling the end of your speech can be done with a phrase such as, in conclusion, to wrap things up. Ending with impact can take various forms depending on the desired effect. You could pose thought-provoking questions that challenge the audience to reflect deeply on the topic. Alternatively, using humor can leave the audience with a positive, memorable impression. Incorporating a powerful quotation relevant to your message can add credibility and resonance. A call to action can motivate the audience to take specific steps or make changes. Lastly, connecting your speech to a larger context helps the audience see the broader significance and relevance of your points. This time, let's talk about the tips on writing a speech. First, know the purpose. What are you trying to accomplish with your speech? Is it to educate, to inspire, to entertain, or argue a point? Knowing the purpose of your speech is crucial because it determines the tone and structure, whether you aim to educate, inspire, entertain, or argue a point, resulting in dramatically different speeches. Then, know your audience. Your speech should be tailored for your audience both in terms of ideas and language. Knowing your audience is essential for tailoring your speech to their interests, level of understanding, and expectations. This means choosing ideas and language that resonate with them, ensuring your message is relevant, engaging, and effectively communicated. Also, know your length. Knowing the appropriate length of your speech is vital to maintain audience engagement and ensure your message is effectively delivered. A keynote address typically requires more time to cover key points comprehensively, while a best man speech should be concise and to the point to keep the audience's interest. Tailoring the length appropriately prevents underwhelming or overwhelming your learners. Finally, write, revise, practice, revise, and practice once more. Effective speech writing involves a continuous process of writing, revising, and practicing. Give yourself ample time to refine your material through multiple drafts, ensuring both the content and grammar are polished. Practicing your speech repeatedly helps you become more confident and smoother in your delivery. This time, let's talk about the step-by-step process of writing your speech. Step 1. Outline your speech's structure. What are the main ideas for each section? Begin by outlining the main ideas for each section of your speech to ensure a coherent flow. In the introduction, capture the audience's attention and introduce your main theme. The body should contain your key points, organized logically and supported by evidence and examples. Finally, the conclusion should summarize your points and leave a lasting impression with a strong closing statement and keeps the audience engaged. Step 2. Flesh out the main ideas of your outline. Don't worry about finding the perfect words. Just let your creativity flow and get it all out. Step 3. Edit and polish what you've written until you have a cohesive first draft of your speech. Step 4. Practice, practice, and practice. The more you practice your speech, the more you'll discover which sections need rework, which transitions should be improved, and which sentences are hard to say. You'll also find out how you're doing on length. Finally, step 5. Update, practice, and revise your speech until it has a great flow and you feel it's ready to accomplish its purpose.
And that wraps up our discussion for today's topic. Remember, do not forget the steps in how to make a good speech. This has been Mr. Jeremiah Napone. See you in the next session.